Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Welcome back to our channel. After a comprehensive overview about the initial 24 types of angels created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are now moving towards Al-Mu'aqqibāt, the appointed successive protectors. The word Mu-aqqibat comes from the root aqab, meaning to follow one after another, to succeed, to guard from behind. In Islamic cosmology, this term refers to the angels who follow human beings in succession, taking shifts to guard, protect, and guide them according to the will of Allah. These are the beings of unfathomable might, created from the most luminous light called Nur Muhammadi, meaning the divine light of Prophet Muhammad. They are not isolated beings with a single task, but rather a network of angelic guardianship that surrounds every human being from birth until death. Their existence reveals a profound truth. Allah's mercy envelopes man at every moment, and He has assigned heavenly protectors to ensure that His decree is carried out in creation. The angels Mu'aqqibat are a specific group of angels appointed by Allah to guard and protect human beings by His command. Record deeds alongside the angels Kiram al-Katibin, the noble scribes, follow and succeed one another in shifts day and night over every individual. Hence, they are the angels who take turns, one group after another, in overseeing humans. Before going further, a quick update: all our videos are available in both English and Urdu languages on our YouTube channel. You can find them by navigating to our playlists, where all our videos are available for your convenience. Now let's continue. Quranic mentions. Allah mentions them clearly in the noble Qur'an in Surah Ar-Ra'd verse 11. For each person there are successive angels before and behind him, guarding him by the command of Allah. In this verse, the Mu-aqqibat are highlighted as heavenly protectors and overseers of every soul. This verse lays the foundation for understanding every human being has angels in front and behind. Their guardianship is not independent, but always by the command of Allah. They preserve human beings from unseen dangers, calamities, and even premature death unless Allah decrees otherwise. Hazrat ibn Kathir state that these angels take turns by night and day, protecting the servant from harm and recording his deeds. Nothing can befall him except by Allah's will. Imam al-Qurtubi: Mu'aqqibat means angels in succession, one after another. Some guard, some record deeds, some protect from jinn and unseen calamities. Imam al-Tabari: they are angels before him, behind him, to his right and left, forming a circle of protection, except against what Allah has decreed. Other related verses. In Surah 41 verses 30 to 31, angels descend on believers at death with glad tidings. We are your protectors in the worldly life and in the hereafter. In Surah 50 verses 17 to 18, when the two receivers receive seated on the right and on the left, man does not utter a word, but with him is an observer ready. Linked to angels Raqib and Atid, often counted within the Mu'aqqibat system of guardianship. In Surah 6 verse 61, He is the irresistible over His servants, and He sends over you guardians until when death comes, interpreted by many Mufassirun as the Mu'aqqibat. Thus, the Qur'an gives us the framework: constant angelic succession, divine protection, and recording. In our previous videos, we also explored the verse on how Allah created every living thing from water, the creation of the waters above the dome and below the flat earth, firmament dome above the flat earth, actual shape of the earth according to the Qur'an and Islamic cosmology, primordial waters of the heavens, the kursi, meaning the footstool of Allah, the arsh, meaning the throne of Allah, Lawh al-Mahfuz, the sacred tablet, the pen, meaning Ad-Kalam. Why Allah created the universe, the first creation of Allah, the 7 portals and dimensions of the universe, and discussed. where Allah was before He created the universe. If you haven't watched them yet, please do. Now, let's continue. Hadith mentions in Musnad Ahmad 17,818, there is no one among you but that with him are two angels who protect him from what is not decreed. When the decree descends, they withdraw from him. This highlights that their protection is absolute but limited only by the divine decree. In Sahih al-Bukhari 555 and Sahih Muslim 632, angels rotate among you by night and day, assembling at Fajr and Asr. Those who ascend are asked, "How did you leave my servants?" They reply, "We left them praying and we came to them praying." This is directly linked to the Mu-aqqibat who follow in shifts morning and evening. In Abu Dawud 3898, whoever recites Ayat al-Kursi before sleeping, Allah will appoint for him a guardian from among the angels who will protect him, and no shaitan will approach him until morning. Hadith on protection from Ahmad and Tirmidhi. The Prophet said, if Allah protects a servant, then even if all creation united to harm him, they could not do so. Their numbers and duties. It is narrated in Hadith that there are 4 Mu-aqqibat for every person, 2 by day, 2 by night. Hazrat Ibn Abbas says total of 11 angels, including 2 recording angels called Kiraman Katibin, which has been explored in our part 9 of Angelic series, 4 guardian angels called the Hafaza angels, which has been discussed in our previous video, 1 angel inspiring good, which will be discussed in our next video, and 4 others assigned by rotation, constantly guarding a believer during sleep and wakefulness, called angels Mu-aqqibat. Their duties include protecting individuals from harm and calamity unless it's decreed by Allah, recording actions and intentions, delivering sustenance meaning rizq decreed for each person, shifts of day and night. The Prophet Muhammad explained as recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari, angels take turns among you by night and by day, and they all assemble at the time of Fajr and Asr prayers. Then those who spent the night with you ascend, and Allah asks them, though He knows best, "How did you leave my servants?" They reply, "We left them while they were praying, and we came to them while they were praying." This narration confirms the angels Mu-aqqibat arrive and depart at Fajr and Asr. They bear witness to the prayers and deeds of mankind, their role in protection. While Allah is the ultimate protector, He decrees through His angels. The angels Mu-aqqibat are assigned to shield believers from sudden death before appointed time, evil calamities and misfortunes, harm from jinn and unseen beings. Except when a test or decree from Allah arrives, then they withdraw, fulfilling His wisdom. Their role in decrees. In the annual decree of Laylat al-Qadr, when the angels descend with decrees of life, death, sustenance and events, the angels Mu-aqqibat are assigned to execute the decree concerning the individual they guard. They accompany the soul throughout the year, carrying out Allah's decisions. Angels Mu-aqqibat and human destiny. The Mu-aqqibat never interfere with divine decree. Prevent what Allah has written in the preserved tablet called Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz. They only guard by His command, and when the destined matter descends, they step aside. Their constant presence is a sign of Allah's mercy upon His servants. Proof of Allah's awareness of every moment in a person's life. Through the Mu-aqqibat, the believer is protected from unseen evils. Harm is averted unless it's a test or destiny. Good moments are witnessed and recorded with heavenly precision. Relation with angels Kiram al-Katibin. While the angels Kiram al-Katibin record deeds from the shoulders of humans, the angels Mu-aqqibat guard, protect and monitor their safety. At times, scholars say some among them assist the scribes in noting moments of danger, fear or deliverance. They are part of the angelic system of constant divine supervision over humanity. Distinction from other angels. The angels Mu-aqqibat are often compared to the angels Hafaza, the guardians, and the angels Kiraman Katibin, the recording angels, also called angels Raqib, and Atid, angels Hafaza, protect the body and soul from harm. Angels Raqib and Atid record deeds. Angels Mu-aqqibat, a larger rotating group who both protect and accompany, guarding from front and back. Thus, the Mu'aqqibat can be understood as a wider circle of guardianship within which the Hafaza and recording angels operate. Similarities between angels Hafaza and Mu'aqqibat. Both angels Mu'aqqibat and Hafaza protect humans. Both act continuously night and day. Both are mentioned in the Qur'an and Hadith as angels surrounding humans from front and back. Both are linked to recording angels, Raqib and Atid, in that they ensure divine protection and guidance aligns with what is recorded for the person. Role with prophets. Like other angels, the Mu'aqqibat were especially present with the prophets of Allah. With Prophet Musa at the parting of the sea, they encircled Banu Israel and guarded them from Pharaoh's army until Allah's command came. With Prophet Muhammad, they formed part of the divine shield when Quraysh plotted against him, when enemies raised swords, or when he traveled through deserts and battles. The Surah 33 verse 9 hints at angelic protection in the Battle of Ahzab. In Tasawwufi traditions, the Mu'aqqibat are seen as the silent companions of the awliya, meaning saints, ensuring that divine protection flows through the prophetic inheritance. Possibility of seeing them. In direct form, angels normally remain in the unseen, meaning alam al-ghaib. Only prophets and occasionally saints, meaning awliya, are shown them in visible form. In spiritual unveiling, meaning kashf, Sufi masters teach that seekers may perceive their guardians in dreams or spiritual states, often as lights, shadows of radiance, or calming presences. In symbolic form, protection from accidents, near-miss disasters, or sudden feelings of peace in calamities are understood as signs of the angels' Mu'aqqibat's intervention. Spiritual symbolism in Tasawwuf and Tariqat. In Tasawwufi cosmology, the Mu'aqqibat represent succession is equal to breath. Each angelic shift mirrors each breath. As breaths succeed one another, so too do angels. A murshid teaches, if your breath leaves you without remembrance, it leaves dead. If it returns with dhikr, it returns alive. Just as the angels succeed each other, so too does each breath follow the next. A murshid teaches that every breath must carry dhikr, a sign that the Mu'aqqibat are spiritually aligned with the rhythm of human life. Front and back is equivalent to time. The angel in front symbolizes the unknown future. The one behind symbolizes the recorded past. Together, they remind man that only the present moment, meaning waqt, belongs to him. Their presence front and back symbolizes that the servant of Allah is never alone. Divine mercy surrounds him from all sides. Guardianship is equivalent to divine mercy. Their constant succession means Allah never abandons His servant. He wraps him in an unbroken chain of mercy. Our disciple in Tariqat is seen as under the constant guardianship of the angels Mu'aqqibat, making progress possible without succumbing to spiritual dangers. Comments of Tasawwufi masters. Hazrat Imam al-Ghazali in Ihya Ulum al-Din, he notes that the angels Mu'aqqibat symbolize Allah's mercy surrounding the servant. They remind the seeker of vigilance, meaning muraqabah, for just as angels never leave him, so too must he never leave the remembrance of Allah. Hazrat Ibn Arabi in Al-Futuhat al-Makkiyah, he describes them as mirrors of divine names, the protectors meaning Al-Hafiz, the merciful meaning Ar-Rahman. He writes, they rotate like the stars, and their rotation is the safeguarding of man in the orbit of destiny. Hazrat Sheikh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, in his discourses, He explained that these angels shield the sincere seeker from both outward harm and inward whispers, but only if he keeps his heart polished with dhikr and obedience. Otherwise, he expels them by heedlessness. Hazrat Maulana Rumi, he interpreted them as the inner powers of the soul awakened by divine remembrance. If you polish the mirror of the heart, these guardians appear as radiant companions, walking before you in the unseen. Hasrak Shams Tabriz, the Murshid of Maulana Rumi, stressed their testimony on Qiyamah. Do not think your steps are empty. Each step is carried by an angel who will one day speak. Roll in the grave. When a person is buried, the angels Mu-aqqibat do not abandon the soul. They continue their guardianship, though their role shifts from protecting the body to shielding the soul from unnecessary terrors. They act as a bomb between the soul and the harsh reality of the grave, ensuring that Allah's mercy is present. For the believer, they become a source of calm light, preparing them for the questioning of Munkar and Nakir. They accompany the soul into the grave, softening its transition. Their protection ensures that fear does not overwhelm the believer before Munkar and Nakir arrive. In Tasawwufi terms, they act as witnesses of mercy, reminding the soul of the dhikr it made during life. Role in Barzakh. In the realm of Barzakh, the angels Mu-aqqibat accompany the soul in its interim journey. They remain as companions in the intermediate state. For the righteous, they are symbols of comfort. They become luminous company like echoes of one's own good deeds, reminding the soul of its life of dhikr and obedience. For the heedless, their presence becomes a form of silent testimony that protection was given but misused. Their very silence is a reminder of opportunities wasted. Role on Qiyamah. On the Day of Judgment, the angels Mu'aqqibat will testify to the protection they provided. They will affirm how they shielded the servant from dangers, except when Allah's decree had to manifest. Accompany the believer under the shade of the throne, reflecting their life of dhikr, prayer and purity. Withdraw their testimony from the arrogant and heedless, becoming a witness against them. They also testify if the servant rejected Allah's mercy, living heedlessly. They march in ranks with other angels surrounding mankind as described in Qur'an, Surah 39 verse 75. In some tafsir, their succession mirrors the rows of angels on Qiyamah, layer after layer surrounding humanity just as they surrounded each person in life. How to remain under their protection? Through a Kamil Murshid, meaning spiritual guide. A Kamil Murshid trains the seeker to align his breath, heart and actions with remembrance, ensuring he is always accompanied by angelic mercy. A complete Murshid connects the seeker to the continuous dhikr of breath. Since the Mu'aqqibat rotate like breaths, this alignment makes every inhalation and exhalation a participation in their guardianship. The Murshid teaches that dhikr with breath turns man into a living tasbih, superior even to angels, since angels do not possess nafs to subdue. A Murshid awakens the seeker to the reality that every breath is a form shaped by zikr. By teaching breath zikr, the Murshid transforms the human into a being of continuous remembrance, surpassing angels. A Kamil Murshid, meaning a perfect spiritual guide, is considered in Tasawwuf the inheritor of the Prophet, guiding seekers on the path from clay meaning nafs to light meaning ruh. The Kamil Murshid helps awaken this nafas al-Rahman meaning breath of the All-Merciful within the disciple. Also as stated in Surah Kaf verse 17, whoever Allah guides is truly guided, but whoever He leaves to stray, you will never find for them a Murshid, meaning a spiritual guide. Angels are always in dhikr, but their dhikr is fixed and limited to the forms Allah gave them. Man, however, through guidance of a Murshid, can transform his every breath into dhikr, making his remembrance continuous. like angels, and even higher because it comes through free will. In Tariqat, the Murshid teaches Habs al-Nafas, meaning watching the breath, and Zikr Khafi, meaning silent dhikr. Every inhalation and every exhalation affirms Allah and He alone. This makes the seeker live in the constant rhythm of divine presence. Dua for protection. The Prophet taught to recite Ayat al-Kursi, last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Ikhlas Al-Falaq, and Nas every night, which strengthens angelic guardianship. A murshid may assign special silent dhikr, meaning zikr khafi, synchronized with breath, which empowers the Mu-aqqibat's presence. Acts of purity, truthfulness, humility, prayer on time, service to creation, all these keep the Mu-aqqibat close. Pride, arrogance, and heedlessness repel them. Salah on time draws angels to surround the believer. The Prophet said angels ascend reporting a person praying. Neglect breaks that chain. Backbiting and lying, these blacken the heart, making the angels withdraw. Heedlessness, meaning ghafla, forgetting Allah, turns breaths into wasted moments. Rumi, each heedless breath is a rope pulling you below the angels until you become lower than beasts. Disobedience to parents, oppression, immorality, all of these are mentioned in hadith as causes for angels' departure and for shaitan to approach. Sadaqah, meaning charity, is described in hadith as a shield against calamity, reinforcing angelic protection. Service to parents. The Prophet said serving parents increases one's protection and lifespan, a role fulfilled by the Mu'aqqibat. Wanna Jalal ad-Din Rumi said, if you cannot control your nafs, you become Iblis. If you tame it, you become superior to angels. The angels Mu'aqqibat are a reminder that angels already accompany us. What matters is whether we rise above them by dhikr or fall below them by heedlessness. So dear viewers, the angels Mu'aqqibat remind us that human life is never without angelic presence. From the first breath to the last, angels succeed each other, guarding, guiding, and witnessing. They symbolize Allah's unceasing mercy, but they also stand as silent witnesses of human choice. Tasawwufi masters stress that man can either rise above angels by conquering his nafs, aligning breath with dhikr, and walking in humility under the guidance of a murshid, fall below Iblis by pride, heedlessness, and rejection of divine mercy. Thus, the angels Mu'aqqibat are both protectors and mirrors. To remain under their shade is to live in constant remembrance of Allah, to let every breath bear witness, and to prepare for the day when these very angels will testify before the throne. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoy this content and find it beneficial, we kindly ask you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more authentic, faith-strengthening content. And let's continue this journey of knowledge together. Insha'Allah, see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.